Nina, you shoplifted. Can we tone it down? All of that just like in one ear out the other. Hey, maybe it's not okay.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's Maja back in another video. Today we're about to be watching a Omizi video. The video is going to be on Nina Lin is allergic to accountability. I guess we're back with another Nina Lin video after like, I think I haven't reacted to a video on her in like a month or so. I don't know. It's been a little over 2 months probably. And last video I thought she was banned for good. I didn't decide to do no follow-up video because there was no point, because I just took that L on that reaction and I was like, no point, bro. Twitch was actually like she said, bitch made, I guess. Come on, Twitch. But hey, let's get into it. What is she involved with now, or is it just repercussions or something like that?
There was a lot of instances that happened with our group member, Nina.
Yo, you might be fucking retarded, bro. Are you good in the head? Take it off.
Yo.
Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zo, do your shit.
You know, one of the things that made it hard for us to continue as a group was that it always had to be her way. And it would always be, well, I'm gonna do with me. Time and time again, like, hey, you know, we are trying to hold what we thought was a friend accountable, and that friend says we're not being friends because we're trying to hold them accountable.
Well, I darn near forgot about Nina Lin, but it seems as though the rain is continuing to pour on her. Just a year ago, she seemed to have one of the most bubbling and bright careers in the new streaming era. Collaborations with Agent, appearances on Streaming University, connections with the FaZe guys, and she had a consistent group channel, 03, that was actually doing very, very well with some very, very prominent members.
I'm not gonna lie, I never thought of she had a group. I wasn't that really much of a, like avid type of clip watcher, because all I do is like kind of like watch clips and get my information from these type of videos, unless I really like a streamer, like Reggie, Phantom, or a couple of those niggas. But like I can't sit up there and watch like a whole bunch of streams, so I watch clips like everybody else. But I fuck it. But I at least get some information from like videos and like drama going on.
A year, all of that went away, and it was due to one thing and one thing only: her inability to hold herself accountable for her actions, apologize, do the work, and ultimately move on. So when her group decided to put out a video talking about how they decided to part ways from her, I thought it would be a perfect time to teach the lesson that you cannot escape your digital footprint. And at the end of the day, accountability trumps all. Like I said, Nina Lin had a sweet deal. Most content creators have to come up by themselves, build their own audience, build their own brand. And not taking it away from her, she did that in her own regards. But she quickly was able to team up with two very solid YouTubers, Jimmy Zhang, who has 1 million subscribers, and Edward So, who basically has 1 million subscribers, in order to create a group channel called 03. They would do IRL lifestyle content, dating style challenges, the typical 20v1 AMP-esque videos. And this, coupled along with her appearances with people like Fan or Wendy Ortiz, meant that Nina Lin pretty much had a fast track to being one of the biggest names in not just streaming but content creation as a whole. I think one very underrated thing about Nina is her background. I'm talking about her ethnicity, nationality, and her race.
Sorry, as a content creator like that, you like taking that all for granted and letting that shit go to your head, man. Come on, bruh. Bro, I would like literally get, if I had that type of like opportunity and I fucked up that badly, which I never would. But wait, which I never would. Hopefully not, because like shit just comes flying your way anyway, despite what the situation is. But like, nigga, you're just gonna have to take accountability, or just like dip from the internet, bro. But like, it's just the insistence of her doubling down and like, like avoiding shit, and it's just like what I do not get. I'm up here sitting up here like, is she even gonna apologize or something? She like apologized on her story and then took that shit all back in like one little video, and I think one little stream. That shit was actually just like fucking annoying to see. I'm not trying to be bothered by all of this shit, because I don't know these people, or I don't talk to them in real life. I'm just like an avid watcher basically. But it's just hard and weird to kind of like see her like do that weird shit.
She was going to be somebody who was going to be able to resonate with a whole Eastern culture that those in the United States could not do. In fact, she acted as some sort of medium slash translator for content creators in the past because they needed her to basically gain access to that whole culture that has.
Are you sure? Is it as a like a translator or something? Because I do not see her like kind of like being respected or something near like, China or like some other Asian type of country. I don't see her loud ass trying to be like a medium to somebody. Who knows? I'm probably just like a hater, but I don't see her being like this type of meteor to some people, like, cause I don't see it because she's so fucking loud and like the Asian countries are just so chill, bro. Their whole thing is built on respect, and she has no respect for anybody.
Billions of people in it. But instead of nurturing this opportunity that she had, Nina ultimately squandered it. Over the past year, Nina Lin has been in controversy after controversy after controversy after controversy. And I'm not gonna go into super depth about it. I've made plenty of videos, whether it be her just being a general nuisance at a nail salon, her in this kleptomania that she just has in her body, and definitely the Saeed situation where she not only participated in the essay, but also then went on to deny the essay over and over and over and over and over again. Now, off top, controversy isn't something that is like career ending. We've seen different content creators go through many different controversies, some that I would say are way worse than what Nina even went through, but have ultimately bounced back from those things. They've then gone on to have bigger, better, greater careers than even before they were in said controversy. But if I had to say,
Bro, this nigga brings up the fucking bridge incident, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I still don't. I wasn't really much of a PewDiePie watcher, but I still don't fuck with that nigga, bro. Like I'm glad to see him, cool and happy here nowadays, but nigga, still won't forget about that infamous moment because like I don't know it's been like years since that video, but like I felt like that was set out of a lot of aggression. He probably says that on his own time off stream.
the one thing that would define if you are going to bounce back and then bounce
somebody, you shoplifted. Can we tone it down? All of that just like in one ear out the other. Hey, maybe it's not okay to do that to a mom who's out in the salon or whatever. Maybe it's not okay to do that at Target. Maybe it's not okay to do that to a taxi driver. There's a lot of things that weren't okay, and it would always be, well, I'm gonna do me. Time and time again, like, hey, we are trying to hold what we thought was a friend accountable, and that friend says we're not being friends because we're trying to hold them accountable.
Neither brown nor white sugar was involved in this coding because they kept it pretty straightforward. Nina Lin is somebody that we don't have the same values, morals, and principles as, and therefore we are going to go ahead and sever ties with her. According to the two other members,
I mean, that's a good ass business move because you see her doing all of this type of shit online and everything. I mean, I get a lot of people and like social media creators get that shit because like they know what to do and like they know a lot of like social media and content creators have to keep their presence clean and up, or else you're just not gonna get no sponsors, or else you're just not gonna get like no type of business or collabs. That's what they depend on. That's what they live off of. If you don't live off of that, but and you don't care, then hey, go ahead. But if your audience still supports you, go ahead. But like she depends on like a lot of collabs and a lot of shit. I stopped seeing her around as usual. Only seeing her as soon as some big ass controversy comes up. And nigga, she really just didn't care about her fucking image like that, bro. Especially when you that big and got that opportunity, nigga.
members of the group O3, Nina Lin constantly wanted to do things her way, was the loudest one in every single argument. She struggled to see other people's perspectives, and they could not come to an agreement on what they stood for. In other words, it wasn't just one mistake, but it was the problem as to how she handled every single mistake. Shameless plug, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record every single time I say this, but some people don't know that I did these things in my past, and also I like to give my real world experience as to how things go on behind the scenes. But I did work for a big group, one of the biggest groups on the internet right now. I'll give you a little bit of secret.
All
It's three
right,
letters.
buddy.
It features 6 guys. AMP. And I also have a current podcast, which is essentially a group channel as well, where I have 2 other co-hosts. And I'm here to tell you that the behind the scenes things that O3 said that they struggled with Nina Lin are things that happen in every single group. There's constantly gonna be bickering. There's gonna be people who are super creative trying to come to one conclusion, and somebody's gonna be very loud in the conversation as to why their POV is the better way to go in this particular time. And as far as vision goes, hell, life changes those things. So oftentimes people aren't aligned as to what they're gonna do in the next year, 2 years, or hell, 6 months even. But at the end of the day, the reason why AMP is still around, my podcast, the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, is still around, the Sidemen are still around, or any other group content is still around, is because accountability and compromise are something that continuously happen in those organizations. And I don't even have to be a part of them to know that. So if I
You know what's fucking crazy? Like Logan Paul even came back from all this shit. Oh, I mean, he's still having like a lot of like problems now with all this crypto scam shit, but like he even came back from all of this shit. How the fuck can you come back from this shit? Like he did something worse than you. He filmed a fucking dead body, bro. I know that meme still goes around. He said, "What is that?" Well, that stupid ass hat, bro. But if that nigga can come back, how the hell do you not, you know, try to like accept reality and just like apologize for all your shit? And like you if you feel like you owe nobody an apology, at least apologize to that one nigga. Yeah, did dirty, bro. Yeah, because that was just fucking weird, bro. But I just feel like she's her career is like not over. She's still gonna have like some like niche type of audience, but like getting back in the limelight when for for when she was like at Streamer University to all these big ass events with you know creators and collabs, she's not gonna get that back, bro. That's just the type of shit you will have to accept now.
the criticisms of Nina Lin as told by others. She dismisses backlash, she calls critics soft, she refuses to apologize, and oftentimes she doubles down in said behavior.
I be holding Ron accountable for shit. I be holding Adapt accountable for shit. They be holding me accountable for shit. As a group, you gotta come together, hold each other accountable. And sometimes you're not always right, man. And selfish people in a group would never work out, man. Facts.
You would never see me in a car with Jason Lewine, I promise.
I get that. You beef with him too?
No, he beef with me. I don't beef with him. Because everyone's bitch made. What do you want me to do? You bitch made. It is what it is, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? I can't lie.
Stuff like that is where the controversy stops being.
Bro, I hate when she just uttered that sentence. She clearly realizes she's in the wrong, and then you just call people bitch made. It'll be like a whole thing if this whole thing was just like different, and all of this shit like didn't come up of her like doing some type of controversy, and if somebody was just kind of just like pointing her out and falsely accusing her of some bullshit. But like you did all of this shit on stream with a camera and with the camera around, multiple cameras around, honestly, on a stream live, and you expect somebody to just like be on your side and you just doubling down on shit. I have no idea what the fuck else to say to that one.
Entertaining and starts becoming exhausting. When you start to be known for things like that, then ultimately people are gonna want to move away from you. They're not gonna want to hang out with you. Not only because their community has issue with you, people don't like to continuously see these arrogant people, be content creators, etc., etc. Especially because a lot of these content creators are fan funded in the first place. Like the subscriptions and the watch time is all done by fans. Why would I want to watch somebody who is some sort of arrogant asshole? But also other content creators will move away from you because you're annoying and the fan perspective is just lost. You slowly start to burn those bridges over time. And then it becomes a sort of situation where people start to feel like they are guilty by association. And honestly, I think that that's a fair and valid criticism. I know that there's been some conversation about that this past weekend about hanging out with streamers who do controversial things as somebody who is a non-controversial streamer. But ultimately, people are going to.
Oh yeah, I did see that clip. I think it was with Senna and Aiden Ross. Like it was like a quick ass reality check of like just because like we're in this type of like I don't know setting when everybody gets invited to like a little Discord type of thing, video chat, doesn't mean we're like friends. I get Aiden wanted to be friends, but like at least Senna, kept it real with that nigga and said, well, we're not friends. But she's cool with like doing like little like type of group things when it comes to that, but like she just kept it real with that nigga.
You start questioning who you align with as a content creator. If you're a controversial streamer and you keep going wild and you keep going crazy, somebody who is just a simple desktop reactor who is, pretty nonchalant and chill is not gonna want to be seen with you. Because if they are seen with you, audiences are gonna start to speculate and question where your values lie. This conversation to me isn't about shoplifting or arguments or viral clips or, just the other outrageous and controversial things that people say. Everybody on the internet is not perfect. Hell, I do wild stuff, from time to time. But at the end of the day, if you can acknowledge where you mess up, apologize for the things that you say, and then look to grow afterwards, then I think that everybody's okay with you being a simple human being. But if you double and triple down on those things, gaslight people, and then ultimately shit on not only just your fan base, but the other fan bases around you, that's when people have a problem. Now, do I think that this is the end of Nina Lin? Absolutely not. Maybe for videos on this channel, unless
Yeah, man. I really don't feel like reacting to no type of shit anymore, but maybe maybe I will because shit brings in views. I don't give a fuck. But hey man, this is the type of shit when you just double down on stuff, and he was telling the truth at the end of that, man. But like I don't get what the fuck what the fuck she expects when you like double down on some shit. I mean, I still think she just don't give a fuck at the end of the day, because she's been showing that already. Even me, I'm not perfect. I judge on this channel, but like these are my own opinions. But like I make some mistakes too. They're called out in the comments at times. I mean, I take it into fruition, and I don't give a fuck at the end of the day if it's some negative shit. But nigga, if you could just sit down there and explain how you feel to your audience, then instead of just like doubling down on shit, I feel like you can be good at this creator shit. But like, if I feel like, in my personal opinion, she taking all this shit for granted, and like it screwed her. But like, it's not, like I said, it's not over for her, because she still gonna have like a core fan base. Once you up there, you have like this like group of fan bases that just not gonna give a fuck about what you do, and all these simp ass niggas be in the comments like, oh yeah bro, I don't care what she does, she's pretty. Like, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Go check out the Omizi video. He made a great ass video. And if you want to check out more videos by me reacting to stuff, it's on my playlist. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. We on the road to 450.
He was the best guy around. What about the people he murdered? What murder?